Are you living your passion? What is your passion? Welcome to the Luxe Life Discovered podcast, where we talk with people who are living a lifestyle that reflects their passion, because we believe everyone should enjoy living their best life, their Luxe Life.
Hello, I'm Rick Steiner. Welcome to another edition of Luxe Life Discovered. Welcome my co-host Shannon.
Great to see you again. Good to see you as well.
And then our guest today is Paul Fazard with 30A Media TV, and we're so glad to have you here today.
Well, thanks a lot, Rick. I appreciate the opportunity to sit in on your podcast. I think it's pretty awesome.
Well,
love the name, love the concept you got going here.
Well, thank you. I feel like I'm definitely in the wrong seat because this is your area of expertise. So tell me a little bit about how you got started and what brought you to 30A in this area.
Yeah, so we've kind of grown from just being a little local TV station. I kind of just was driving along one day in 30A, which is out in Santa Rosa Beach. And really, nobody was filming anything. So I thought, let's go out and film some stuff, and threw it up on a website, called it 30A Television. And people started watching, and we're like, oh, maybe we got something here. And, it's like, okay, well, called it 30A Television. How do you get on TV?
Right.
So through various hits and misses, I guess you would call that, we've eventually come now to the full circle towards really where all the audiences are in streaming TV. So we've kind of become a little bit expert in that, if you will, in that we now broadcast 12 channels.
Oh, really?
And we actually just added another channel this week, so it's going to be unlucky 13, but I got one coming right behind it, so it's going to
take care of
13
that,
for a minute. So we kind of just really have gone from being 30A TV to 30A Media.
Okay.
So now we're helping people make their video podcasts and video productions and commercials, and we're also helping a lot with the broadcast and distribution. So now you can now syndicate your videos. And as I was saying earlier, Rick, we kind of put the videos into a pot. If you're making content, making videos, after you've got maybe 30 or 40, we stick them in a pot, and then we take them out of the pot and make the distribution, and it can be sent to cable networks, or it can be sent to streaming TV or apps or wherever it needs to go.
Okay, interesting.
Isn't that cool? So he's a Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce member.
Well, sure.
All the way over on 30A.
I know, and that's impressive, yes.
And so he was one of our speakers one time for Idea Camp. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you did at Idea Camp and what kind of value you brought to our members?
See, that was all a blur. But actually, it hits a little bit on... It was because it was so receptive. It was really such a good time. And so we really talked about what to do with your media once you've made it, and how that streaming TV can be, a really good source of advertising that's undervalued right now. So if you go to, and I don't want to hit on any of the TV networks or anything, but they're fairly expensive per spot.
Right.
You're looking between $10 to $35 per spot, depending on the time of day. With streaming TV, you can do a couple of things. One is you can do by location, state, city, and even down to areas within a city.
Is that like when people target mail, your target streaming? Okay.
Do it by zip code, and do it by income levels and by interests and all those things that you'd be interested in as an advertiser. So with it being so inexpensive, you're pretty much looking at $1 a spot kind of deal.
Wow.
So now you can cover a lot of ground for a lot less money. So that was part of the Idea Camp talk, was to kind of explain how that works. And, but you can do a lot more with that video footage. The key is, like anybody would say, is the key is to start. If you're not making video, start. Just pull up your phone and get used to, talking into your phone, and then can move on to maybe getting into cameras and getting a little bit more sophisticated.
So the streaming TV. So how did you come up? I mean, how did that originate as far as you?
People way smarter than me invented some devices, and some of them are called Roku, Amazon, Apple TV.
Yeah. Okay.
Some people have their own boxes that they put out there. I'm not sure that's the best idea for them, but because big guys are really going to be hard to compete with.
Right.
But these days you can buy a Roku stick or even the TVs. It's inside the TVs now. So when you turn on your TV, that logo and your branding as a business is right there next to Netflix or next to Pandora or any
Wow.
of these big guys. So when somebody's literally turning on
That's
their TV,
yeah.
your channel and your content is front and center right in front of them. So that value alone as well,
Well, I was going to say,
is
one,
worth
if
a
you
lot.
turn on and see that, you automatically assume that
Yeah.
they're on the
They're
same
big.
level.
They're big
Yeah.
people. Yeah. That's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, it helps credibility, to no end. So what's happening now is if somebody doesn't have necessarily enough content, as you would call it, I mean, that's just a rule of thumb is to, if somebody pulls on up a channel and there's 10 videos there, to be frank, they're really not going to stay. But if you see 100 or 200 videos, then you're going to start watching and see what's going on. So for a business owner, you can kind of tag team it with somebody like ourselves, to where we've got a channel. It's like, okay, well, we can run your videos in here in this content because it's relevant to, say, real estate or we've got a fishing channel. We've got entertainment where we're interviewing celebrities, things like that. There's a Yellowstone interview we just posted recently.
This episode of Luxe Life Discovered is brought to you in part by Steiner Event Group. Steiner Event Group is a national event planner that produces results for their clients. They offer event and wedding planning on any scale, hosting bridal shows, scouting talented models, and producing riveting concept photo shoots to help their clients expand their brands, products, and services. Whether you're a business professional aiming to take your brand to the next level, planning a corporate or private event, a bride seeking to have the wedding of your dreams, or a model ready to be discovered, Steiner Event Group is ready for you.
Wow.
That's
Did
the
you ever
Kevin-
see
Kevin Costner.
our interview with the chamber interview?
What Shannon's saying is she's a celebrity. Is that what
It's all
she's
about her,
Yeah,
isn't it?
right.
So he gives us some space on his.
I know,
on
and that's
there,
right, yeah.
And then we get to talk about how fantastic the beach chamber is, and it brings a lot of awareness all over. So it's
True,
not
not
just
just-
targeted. So when people see that, they're like, "Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool."
It is. I mean, it's all about eyeballs, and especially if you're in a business, eyeballs and visibility is key. So when somebody picks up their phone and their logo's on it, as a business owner, it's great.
Right. So on your content, what do you look for? Of course, I know you've got your different channels, so that guides you on your content. But how do you find something unique that you consider interesting to cover?
So I'm trolling YouTube on the regular.
Okay, that's right. I like
And
that lingo.
if
Yeah.
I'm interested in it, then there's a pretty good chance somebody else might be. But really, if I see, like, one of our channels is a fishing channel now. The lady's out of South Florida, and she is super attractive, which that's a sell point for an audience. But also, she really knows what she's doing. And I think
Right.
anytime when you're doing videos, if you know what you're talking about, then people are going to be interested in it because they're learning something as well. But when we first started talking to her, she had about 80,000 subscribers on YouTube, and now she has over 400,000.
Wow.
So it's also helping her YouTube channel to be
Right,
on
goes
Roku and
hand in
Amazon
hand.
and all those places.
Awesome. So how can a small business, like if they just want to start, where do they start? Because you said you have to start.
Yeah, so talk to somebody that can help you produce video. You can start with YouTube and go start. How do I make videos? That's a super easy way to start. But honestly, just pull out the phone and start filming things. Even if you just, let's say you're a store that sells beach shells or something like that. Pull out your phone and just walk around your own store and say, hey, look what I got.
Yeah. It sounds simple, but a lot of people aren't comfortable doing it.
You just got to get over that.
Yeah, you have these young children that are growing up in that age, and they can do so much that, like, people my age are like, oh, I can't do that. And my little 4-year-old granddaughter can get to ping pong and all that stuff with no problem and watch these videos for hours.
Well, there you go. But so it's obviously there's a little bit of a generational thing with it there.
Right, that's true.
It still gets back to that same thing, a start. Just
Right.
do it. I mean, you're not going to be great when you start, but so what? If it's interesting and people like it, they're going to watch.
That's true. That's true.
So how long have you lived in the area?
So lived here twice. It kind of takes 2 times sometimes to come back to the beach. But I moved here right after Opal, 95, and then moved away in 99. And then I met somebody. We spent some time in the Keys in South Florida. And
We're
then-
not looking at her right now.
No, we're not.
No. I was
And
just
then-
hoping it was her.
But yes. Well, I met other people on the way. I went through a few to get to her.
Oh,
Just want to make sure it was like,
There was a
okay.
few
now.
rejects along the way.
The Queen didn't come along till the right time.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yes, and then we moved back in 2007 and started doing the media stuff to 2008.
Okay, so
Pretty much a year later.
well, and you've had great success with it, so that's
I think it's
good.
great.
Yeah.
It's when we get notes from people in Germany that are watching the feeds and things like that. I mean, it's just so cool.
So
Did you
okay,
hear that? Germany.
yeah. So
Or beyond.
we're all over the U.S. and that's really interesting. I never thought about that. So
Well,
yeah,
some of the syndication that we have is actually there's one that's UK based.
okay.
And another one that's Germany based. But the UK one is called Pizzazz TV, and they just launched, and think they've got 500,000 subscribers already.
Wow.
So they're just basically becoming their own cable network.
Interesting.
And so,
So-
they're an aggregator, so they're pulling in content from all over, and they contact us and say, hey, you've got some channels, that, would you like to put them in? And we're like, sure.
Oh, wow.
kind of a no-brainer there. So let me
It really
think about
is,
that. Yeah.
I know. It's great for the business. I'm not sure what that does for a local business owner per se, but people are interested in traveling. They go places.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it's amazing how many people will travel for some, seeing some little segment
Absolutely.
and think, oh man, I want to be there. And we'll
Absolutely.
go across the world.
That's probably why there's a whole travel channel.
True. Well, yeah, and we won't get started on that either, though. But it needs to be back to the travel channel that it used to be with the travel. So
Yeah. We miss Bourdain a lot, don't we?
yes, we do. Yeah.
Watch that all the time. It was great.
Isn't it awesome that people in Germany see what we're doing just
Right.
because of streaming channels? I mean, you can dream and you can plan and you can do your vision board, but you can actually see what's going on over there. They can see what's going on over by just streaming, by just looking it up on YouTube.
Well, so most people that we talk to have YouTube channels, and the reason why I focus on YouTube creators is because we've developed a system that is completely automated to where if somebody's uploading their videos to YouTube, we grab those videos and put them in our servers and in our pot, in our CDN as it's really called, Content Delivery Network.
Oh.
And that's basically I call it a pot because it's easier to say. And then we take them out of that pot and make the feeds for the streaming and wherever it needs to go.
So when you have like your different channels, when you're talking about putting them in the pot and then deciding which ones, how do you make that selection on?
Well,
like,
so if it's a channel, so obviously all the videos go in a pot, but they're also separated too, so they're not just all one channel.
Right.
It's it's the celebrity channel or it's the real estate channel or whatever it is. So
okay, good.
So do you know, he helps all of our new members too. So every time we have a new member
Yes.
sign up, tell them what they get. Tell them what they get.
Well, they get a small banner for free that rotates on all the channels that we also stream as well. So I think it's about 70 different pages now, I think,
Wow.
of live TV. So they're on every page of that. Generally, I just looked at some stats this morning, and was it the Pelican something or other?
Is it ice cream?
Yeah,
Pink Pelican.
Pink Pelican, that's the one. Good memory. 54,000 impressions this month for their ad.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's really
that
good.
is.
So what a way to start, when you're a brand new member, you probably don't have a lot of advertising. But,
Exactly.
But he gives it to them for free just to get them started.
Yeah, and the other one is, I forgot what it is now.
What kind of company?
I don't know.
Sounds
Good.
like
Good company. That's
it's a good company for getting that many views.
That's right.
So
I
what's your most
forget.
interesting channel? What do you think gets the most hits and likes and watch?
So that's pretty subjective because what's
what you
one
like.
person's interested in is maybe another isn't. But it's definitely the celebrity one and the fishing one. And we have one actually probably now to think about it is the most popular. Is a channel that is like what MTV used to be back when all they did was play music videos.
Right.
So we get, and it's again it's a content partner. He supplies and puts together all the music videos, and he makes his own as well.
Wow.
So he kind of plugs himself in there, and that's kind of how he gets the other content. I think is kind of saying, "Hey, I'll put my videos in, but can I have yours too?" And so there's always new music videos being made. So there's kind of a 24/7 music channel that you could put on at work or just have on just for music.
It'd be ironic to have
Movie
a
playing.
a music station that's all music videos.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I know I'm being facetious because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
MTV, but
Right,
now
they went out for-
everything else except
Yeah,
the
all
videos.
they've got is people jumping in pools and getting wasted and stuff. Which
Yeah,
is-
that's true.
apparently some people watch it. It's still on.
All right, your celebrity channel, are the local celebrities or is
With By the Sea Resorts, you have so many options, you never have to settle. By the Sea Resorts offers 5 restaurants and 11 hotels where you can enjoy the sights and the sounds of the Gulf, spread out in spacious guest rooms. Or book your next event or meeting in one of our many customizable spaces. For dining, we're serving up sunshine and good times at all 3 of our Barefoot restaurant locations. Or experience waterfront dining at the Shrimp Boat Restaurant. And enjoy live entertainment every weekend at House of Bourbon. By the Sea Resorts. We're saving you a front row seat.
Not yet.
not yet? Okay.
No, so the guys are actually based in San Francisco and West Coast.
Okay,
So they're
all
up and down with LA all the time. So they're kind of doing, like I said, they just did the Yellowstone one, which was Kevin Costner and Luke Grimes, I think it was. But there's all kinds on there. They go to actually some of the Comic Cons and things like that as well. So they see a lot of
Interesting.
Wow.
they see a lot of the older folks. You know, they've had Shatner and things like that on there. So it's really cool.
Well, we're telling Jason and Logan that season 2 we're going on location. We don't know where, but I think it's time to. We think
Hit
it's
the
time to
road.
travel. Yeah,
Yeah, go anywhere you like. I mean, there's
Yeah.
places out there.
that's true. A few places anyway. Yeah. So, what are your plans going forward? What big plans do you have that you haven't
Just
pursued yet?
more content and more distribution is really where it's at, and of course more production to help people with it. So, and you know, we kind of scaled back a little bit on the local reporting, so we're going to probably do some more of that. So,
Oh, good, because we're doing our dual after hours with Walton again in January. And one year you were there videoing, remember? Maybe it was last year? No, year before last. So that's fun to watch everybody, and you videoed them, and then I think you put them on a channel.
yeah, why do you keep talking about the chamber?
Oh, because
It just kind of comes off the top of her head.
It's
So, yeah.
amazing.
I
It's
know.
like
I know.
it's-
Yeah. She I told her she had to miss or is missing a couple of podcasts later today because she has functions, and
Right.
we've got to get that priority.
Yeah, we do a live show on a Thursday, so that always clashes with the meeting. So if it's kind of like a rare sighting, the lesser spotted Vizard whenever I show up. But
True.
Yeah, we're trying to go tomorrow, but then she's on
well, Christmas
vacation.
parties
Queen
are
is on
always
vacation,
fun.
so
You should just come.
yeah,
Anyway.
we have to talk to a redhead for that about that.
Okay.
But so anyway, no, I'm so happy to. I'm just teasing, of course, Shannon, but I'm so delighted to be a member of the chamber because it's so supportive of other members, supportive of the community, and it's just great.
Thank you. We love our members, and I think it shows. Being the largest, most active chamber in the Bay and surrounding counties. Did I have to say that again?
Did that come out?
Honestly, the key is that you can ask for anything, and if a member has it first, then that gets preference, and
Right.
members buying from other members,
Right.
and
That's
also
huge.
getting recommendations from other members to
Correct.
go shop there. So
Right.
Yep.
So your live program that you do, tell me about that. Is that you tape one day a week for that?
Oh boy.
or-
Well, it's for entertainment purposes,
Okay.
and it's we do a show about Florida Man news. So it's
okay.
basically whoever's going down 95, hanging on by the windshield wipers because the girlfriend stole the car or something. Whatever stories those are. People robbing it's a Florida man robbing the convenience store with an alligator at one time.
Oh, wow.
The Florida man stories are just so wild you think they're not true until you look them up. And yep, sure.
So that one was true? Robbed it with...
Oh yeah,
Oh,
attempted.
wow.
Attempted.
Attempted robbery.
Yeah.
Alligator got in the way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
There's another one that it's on the airplane with their service alligator.
What?
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to be. What was it to support alligator, not service?
Oh, wow. Because you can have any animal,
Yeah.
it seems like, for...
It calms me when I'm on the airplane.
Well, how about everybody else on the airplane?
I think they're fine.
Yeah, that's
No, they're all
You
sitting
think
in the
they're
back
fine?
in the corner.
Oh my goodness.
So was this you?
Oh, it's just a crazy idea we came up with.
No, I'm
and,
just
you know,
kidding, yeah.
it's-
He was
oh,
talking about
that's
the
funny.
The
alligator.
alligator, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not that bright sometimes. No, it wasn't me.
No, I'm joking with you.
Yeah.
So really, how did 30A Media, TV, now media, get started? You started?
Yeah, literally just you noticed that, nobody's really filming anything, and this was kind of YouTube early days anyway, so nobody's really filming anything there. So we thought, okay, well, let's go support the businesses, support the events, support the charities by promoting their events and what they do, and to go film them and do interviews and things like that.
So this may be a crazy question to you, but how were you received when you went to people to do that? Because some people are still, that was back when it was a new idea, kind of.
Yeah, some people embrace it and some people don't, and if they don't, you can move on to the next guy.
That's true, yeah. But it's amazing there are people that don't embrace it. Yeah,
of course. And then I never want to be on camera. It's like, well, get over it, and we'll maybe give you some free promotion.
Right. And they have their own business, but yet they want to stay in the background.
Always, yeah.
And you can't do that all the time.
I'm going to lean in here and say realtors are the worst for that.
Oh.
Really?
Well, it's getting better, though, I will say. I see a lot of realtors that are out there that just are so afraid of the camera, and it's like, don't be.
They sell themselves all day long.
Yeah,
exactly.
You'd think they would like the camera.
No, when it's one-on-one, sometimes it's fine, but whenever you put a camera there, it's like, and that's why I'm suggesting to people that are trying to start is use your phone. It's just talking to your phone, and it's like a mirror, right? So, use that, start that, get used to it, and then move on to bigger things.
I'll tell you what I love about your show is when we go on to your show, it's like we're just sitting here just talking, just having, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Right.
We could edit it if we need to.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of fun conversation back and forth, so there's not a lot of stress. And then, like you said, we just start talking, and then our time's up before we even know it. And we're like, time's up?
Yeah, well,
So
that's
we have
because
so
you're
much
so
fun.
personal, Shannon.
Oh, is that it? We just have so much fun talking. So anybody that's never done it to start, that's a great idea, getting your cell phone out and just starting somewhere and videoing yourself.
Yeah, or ask somebody to do it for you. Ask, a relative or something like that, or a friend to say, hey, would you hold the camera for me? Or, and then the next thing you know, you're buying a little tripod and spending as much money as me and Jason do.
Well, and there's some people that need to put the phone down.
Oh.
Yeah. You watch some of the videos and everything, and you're like, oh, please, come on.
Or you see them
They
over
took
and
that
over.
message to heart and literally have embraced that. So
I think it's great, as long as it's interesting and, something comes out of it, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at TikTok, whatever, It's,
Oh, man,
Yeah.
TikTok's gone crazy.
Yeah.
It has.
A lot of...
Have you done a TikTok,
Yeah, I've done a couple.
Rick?
I've never done one.
I usually share them.
Okay.
You don't share them?
No, I'm usually sharing
Okay,
somebody
okay.
else's. No,
Oh,
it's
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Not your own personal?
I'll obviously share, clients' videos and whatnot, but, most of the time it's, I'm on the production side of things.
Yeah. Maybe you need to change that.
Oh.
Maybe that would be like a whole new channel.
Yeah, could be.
I like that.
Audience of one.
No, 3.
We'd watch.
Yeah,
Oh,
3.
we'd
Yeah,
watch.
we'd pitch
Sweet.
in.
4, 5, 6. Whoa, 6 already.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Dang
yeah.
it.
So I think that would be great. That might be the new project then. That may be
Could
your
be.
2022
2022.
breakout.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Paul breaks free. Yeah. So,
Well, it definitely do enough with the entertainment side of things. So,
right.
some people say I'm funny.
We think you are.
Thanks for that.
So are you able to get out and enjoy the area?
Absolutely. And I was kind of one of the points of going out and filming.
Right.
It was like, hey, let's go support an event and have a good time while we're doing it. So we kind of go a little bit early to the events, film some stuff, do some interviews, and cover some B-roll, things like that for stitching it in later and then having a good time with the event. So.
This episode of Luxe Life Discovered is brought to you in part by Orville's Men's Store. Thank you, Orville's Men's Store, for supplying the men's clothing for today's podcast. For the absolute best in casual and dress wear for men, visit orvillesms.com. That's ORVILLESMS.com.
That's
good,
awesome,
yeah.
and that's valuable. So when you do that for somebody that you went to, just to go to their event and then you post it, that
Yeah.
adds a lot of credibility to what they were doing.
Right.
Yeah, or if we're interviewing a restaurant, we probably get in the back and chef or whatever's telling us what dish they're making. You learn things that way too, so it's really cool.
What's been the craziest thing you videoed?
That's a good one, isn't it? What do you think? I need help on this one. We try to stay away from crazy, to be honest, but
Sometimes it just happens on you.
Yeah, I was just saying. Sometimes you can't. Yes.
probably the polar plunge in January for the South Walton Fire Department, and Donald Trump showed up.
Really?
No.
Oh.
well, it's
Somebody
okay.
with his
I
head-
thought
Somebody
you were
with
serious.
his somebody with his mask on, and he was interviewed
We're like-
as well, and it was during the campaign season, I think, wasn't it? I think it was
Oh,
the year
that's
before.
funny.
That's
So,
great. So,
so
you had two people that fell for that, so we would have
Yes.
believed it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That's great.
That was,
A polar plunge.
Have you heard of the polar
Oh, I
plunge?
have.
Okay, yeah.
I've never participated.
But okay,
it's really not that polar.
I was going to say,
it's
I
like
live in Kentucky. We do it
50
when it's
degrees.
like 20, 15 degrees, you
Yeah,
know, and
Canada,
so
I'm
polar
not
here
doing-
would be different compared to that.
Yeah, it is. Well, there's been some cold years though.
Yeah.
So,
Well, our cold is not his cold.
Yeah.
all right, and that was one of my interns that did the interview on that one. So, and he's now an Emmy-winning cameraman for CBS.
Because of you.
Wow.
Because not because of me.
So I think it
But,
would be.
well,
yeah.
no, but I mean, listen, I think everybody needs to start somewhere, right?
But
So
you gave him
he's-
the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And, we progressed from smaller cameras to bigger cameras and things that he was going to be handling when he's actually doing it. So,
Wow.
yeah. And then he moved on, he went to college in Pensacola, and he was filming is it the Yahoos or the Wahoos? It's not the Yahoos. That's us.
Wahoos?
That's us.
That's a
So
whole
he was
different
filming
group, yeah.
them and during college, and then now he got picked up to do the Masters and does golf
Wow.
exclusively now. And we've had some TV hosts as interns as well. So
That's,
that's
so
great.
cool.
So how many interns do you normally have? Is it just depending
not
on?
enough.
Oh.
But I mean, it just depends on what their interests are. Some folks are doing kind of social media and whatnot, and some want to be hosts and whatnot as well. So I'm saying whatnot a lot. But it's one of those things where we want to be able to. I just had a conversation with somebody at our local Walton High School, and they're like, "Well, we don't have a film program or a video program." I'm like, "Let's start something.
Wow.
Let's have something to where the kids can come learn from us and maybe have a career."
That's
That's
interesting.
so cool.
And also surprising that do other schools have it here? I wonder. 'Cause
Well,
you-
the college does.
Well, the
college
but
has got
like
a
high
great
school-
program.
right,
Jason
okay.
Hedden over there, and
Yeah.
that's fantastic over there.
I just never thought about the high schools not having
Well,
something
yeah, I think
like that. So-
starting with the younger kids, even middle school,
Yeah.
Right.
they're
especially as tech savvy as they are. We might learn more than we teach them.
Well, like I was saying earlier, the things that they know at such an early age, because that's their life.
Absolutely.
For us, we're learning and
Yeah.
having to not unlearn, but you know what I'm talking about.
No,
Kind of
and
throw some things out that.
It's headed
Yeah.
to the phones too, where some of the editors and the filters and things like that are coming, and people can make a video
Yeah.
super easy now.
Oh yeah, my mother-in-law is 83. She has the latest iPhone. I mean, she just whizzes through
Oh,
that.
get her
And
on
I'm
the
like,
TikTok.
Oh, I haven't thought about that. She would be hilarious.
She would
Oh,
blow up. I bet it.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'll
know.
talk to my wife about. My wife was like, "No." So,
Well, then why are you talking to your wife about
well,
it?
right. Talk to my mother-in-law. Yeah, you're right.
Go straight to the source.
That's true. Yeah.
So did you know, before we go, he's married to a celebrity?
Uh-oh.
Aren't
well, I heard that she's
little
very
bit.
talented.
She's very talented. She has a restaurant, correct?
Yep.
And she
Called-
sings?
She does.
Okay, so tell us a little.
400 songs in her head. She sings them for tips. So you choose the songs from the book, and she will sing them for you while bartending. And she does a lot more than that. I mean, she's doing everything. It's amazing.
And what's the restaurant?
It's called Red's Pub, and it's
Red's
out in Blue Mountain Beach. It's near Blue Mabel. And what's the other place out there? McTie's? Where? Oh, yeah. I know where it is. He's giving me prompts over here.
Right.
So it's like a secret dive bar. It's kind of like a speakeasy almost atmosphere in there, and it's behind a gas station, so you wouldn't even know it's there.
That's
I
all.
think
We
this-
got to go check
Well,
on-site location.
Yeah, another location shoot. Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
food's great, and you'll just have a large time. And
Well,
she
good.
sings on the nights with a T.
Okay. You want that to be Tuesday, Thursday?
I figured that one out.
Tuesdays, Thursdays,
Shannon's
and
like,
Saturdays.
What?
Oh, Saturday.
Oh, I forgot about Saturday. Okay, because
And,
that's a
and she'll
T.
sing for about 4 hours, so she can hardly talk the next day.
Oh.
So that next day is generally band night or dueling pianos or something else that's going on.
Right.
Sounds like a
Okay.
great experience. We'll have
It
to check
does.
that out.
It's a blast, yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today.
That's it?
Yeah, it's gone by fast.
that's crazy.
Yes,
Told
I
you
know
time
it.
flies.
Yeah.
I think the thank you is from me to you guys, and have a great Christmas and holiday and New Year's. And all
Thank
that.
you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah,
All right, good
thanks.
deal. Well, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Luxe Life Discovered, and we will see you soon. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and want to support our show, leave us a review. That's the #1 way to help this show reach others just like you. Join us next time for another Luxe Life Discovered.